it's Katie and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be building a very glam mansion for my newest Let's Play, which is going to be well, I haven't come up with a title for it yet, but it's the same Let's Play that I was building the country style restaurant for. So, yeah, these are going to be the next door neighbors for our main family. They're going to be a wealthy, very wealthy family of, how many? I believe four. So yeah, we're just starting off with this modern style mansion that I wasn't really sure about building because the other houses I was planning on being more of a French style kind of feel. So I wasn't super sure if I wanted to do a modern house, but I felt like it would be fine. We're not going for I guess we're just not going to go for a very, strict theme of this neighborhood like you might see in real life. So, because I just wanted a particular family in this Let's Play, and this house is what fit them. So, yeah, we're making this little pathway right here with some marble tiles that I cannot remember what pack that came from. Cool Kitchen, maybe? I think so. But yeah, we're a little slow to start. As I've said in some of my last builds, I'm sorry if it's a little bit haphazard with the shifting around or goes a little bit slow in parts. I'm just very methodical about the building, all that. So, but anyway, so the family who's going to live here they're wealthy. We have, well, I'll show you them once we start the Let's Play, which is going to be up sometime, maybe sometime this weekend. So, yeah, anyway, we are building this modern style mansion. It is going to be 2 stories. It's going to have really all the amenities. We were going for a black and hot pink theme, and what inspired this build is one of my favorite shows, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. One of the women on there, Lisa Vanderpump, this is kind of, sort of, somewhat inspired by her house, especially the front, the entryway to the house, but the color scheme is different. Lisa Vanderpump, she's all about the roses and the pink and white, and her house is just completely glammed out with all of that. And this house, we were going for a little bit more of a darker theme, like a more just kind of dark glam. I'm going to say glam so many times during this build, with the hot pink and just bejeweled and bedazzled and all that. So here we are making this cool little fountain in the front, and I don't know what I just did there, but with the squares and the little patches of flowers and the trees. So yeah, I work on this for just a minute, so bear with me there, trying to get that fence when I didn't realize that I could just use the fountain border tool, but we eventually figured that out. And I still try to fix it. But yeah, really liked those windows and that door for this build. Fun fact, I actually didn't even know that door and the doors and windows right there, I cannot remember that pack either. I think it's City Living. I actually didn't realize for the longest time that the swatches had different patterns on the doors, not just different colors. So I do wish I had known that for a lot of my other builds because I love that grid pattern. I think it looks really cool. Just doing a bit of landscaping. I'm sorry if that's not too interesting for you guys. I like to watch other people do it. It's just kind of therapeutic to me, but yeah. Testing out some grass colors there. Oh, the lighting in this game is so good. I recently obtained a new laptop with a little bit better of a graphics card, so I can actually play on Ultra now. So, yeah, my old laptop, it was just a just an HP that I used for class, and yeah, it wasn't the greatest. I usually ran it on medium low, so it's like playing a different game almost when you play it on ultra. Just those lighting effects and the shadows and the leaves blowing in the wind looks amazing. I was really hoping that those statues. Oh, I meant to say, those statues are actually what inspired this build. The bright pink romantic garden kind of structural items are what inspired this build. Those hot pink swatches. I love that pack, and I love all the swatches they included. It's really perfect. They got the stark white, which I use a lot. And especially those ones that are covered in the moss, and then you've got an orange color, which we also incorporate later in a very cool way. I'll keep it a surprise because it's my favorite part of the build. So yeah, super excited about showing you guys that. I was really happy with this build. I hope I didn't forget anything. I sometimes do. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I did forget a mailbox and garbage can, but that is, we can add that at some point, I believe. Well, not I believe. We can add that. Oh. And I kept trying to make that work with the pool. I probably should have cut this out. I work on this for a few minutes just trying to make that work. It just refused to move objects over that. So I eventually figure out what I want to do with it though. So it all works out in the end. Oh my god, that looks inappropriate. There we go, that's better. Oh my gosh. And that just doesn't look any good. So I think we end up getting rid of that. It just doesn't match it at all. Yeah. I find placing lights in the pools just so tedious, but it's a necessary item. And here I am setting up or kind of just reminding myself of all these objects that I'm going to use later. So I'll go ahead and say, so I decide to make a giant chessboard in the yard. And I just felt like that was the perfect touch for this family. Yeah, so I guess just a little bit about them. We have Michelle. Their last name is Van Hoff, kind of like, just a play off Vanderpump, Van Hoff. And their names are Michelle, I think Michelle Scott, and, I cannot remember their children's name, Martin, and I think I named their daughter Andromeda, because Lisa Vanderpump's daughter's name is Pandora, and I just kind of wanted to play off that Greek naming a little bit there. I really like the name Pandora, by the way. I would definitely name my child that. It's a little off the wall, but I like names like that. My name is Katie, so it's just a very common name. I would like to have my child have a little bit of something unique, not too strange, but And there we go, making the chessboard, and you'll see some little pauses here and there where I Google what a chessboard looks like, so I can make sure that I kind of get at least close. I didn't make it nearly as big as an actual chessboard, but yeah, I did want to make it somewhat correct so I could do everything right. So I loved I loved this idea, if I do say so myself. I loved using those statues as the king and queen. Yeah. And yeah, I thought for a minute what to use for like the bishop and the rook, but I just decided to well, actually I can't remember. I think I just left it like that if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. And we decide to make the other ones orange just because we don't want. I was just going to make them white, but no, we're doing crazy colors. Just wanted to add a little unique touch to it, so we went with the orange. So I really like that. I don't know what possessed them to make these new, well, not really new, but the romantic garden items in these swatches like orange and pink, but I'm just really glad that they did because I think it looks awesome. So yeah, I'm really happy about that. Really happy about a lot of what the Sims team has been doing lately. As I said in my other video that you can go watch. It was my last video, the video on the new update that added the new hair, few new Kaz items and build items. That I'm just really happy with the way EA has been doing lately and saying, I just feel like at the end of the Sims 3 run, they were kind of, I don't know what was going on, but just with the whole, it just felt a little misguided, I guess. And EA overall has kind of seemed a little misguided, and now it's just I'm just really happy to see them improving and really caring about, their content. And yeah, I really couldn't be more happy at this point with all the new things. So, and we are now placing the backyard stuff 6-seater table right there. And I didn't even realize, but I think I placed the one with the clear umbrella, even though you can't tell in this lighting. So I think that's really cool. The translucent umbrella option looks awesome. And we got our little grill area right there. I always have to just go ahead and get done with all of the outside things before I go inside, or I will definitely forget. I could have already forgotten something outside and just not even realized, but for the time being, I think we're good, so. I'm not sure why. Oh, I see. I was going to say, I'm not sure why the floor didn't automatically pop in there, but I think it's because I was doing funny stuff with the little front porch entryway kind of area, so I had to go in and mess with that a little bit, fix that. So yeah, like I was saying, the inside it's just pretty decked out, and the inside is not. It's slightly inspired by Lisa Vanderpump's house, but on the interior, I kind of just wanted to do my own spin on it, honestly. Yeah, so because I know the layout of her house is a little bit different. You can't see it too often in the show. It does show her house a good bit because, I mean, it's beautiful and we love to see it. But, yeah, I just wanted to make it my own also. So that's kind of what we did. So, yeah, and we section off the different rooms there and create some space with archways, which is something I've been doing a lot lately. I actually probably need to kind of mix it up because I've just been doing that with a lot of my builds lately, but I just love the way that looks. And those things from the vampire game pack, those archways were perfect for the casual, perfect for the glam build we were going for, so. Now we're turning on our little cheats. And I can never get that cheat right the first time. I always mess it up somehow, but... And there we're trying to figure out what walls we want to use. I was playing around with different tiles. Now I'm trying to remember which ones. Did we just go for that solid paint color? I guess we did. I thought that we went for some tiles at some point in this, but oh, I like that color though. It's very not too dark and dramatic, but still adds a little bit of drama to the house. So, and now we're making our very generous guest bathroom. Oh wow, that is, I love that. Can you imagine just coming over and it's like, oh, our guest bathroom's right this way, and you're like, oh, guest bathroom, huh? Wow. This is the nicest bathroom period I could imagine going into. I guess my only thing I didn't really care for in this build was that I don't feel like I made Michelle and Scott's bathroom large enough. I could have glammed it up a little bit more to make it a little bit more reminiscent of Lisa Vanderpump's bathroom, which is just all out extravagant, but you know what? It's fine. I think it did turn out good. I am really happy with it. So, and also the bathrooms, the super large bathrooms in The Sims, I just don't feel are super necessary, I guess. Other than there's just too much that you can't fill the space. There's not enough to fill the space with, I guess, that you would have in real life. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on that. One thing I actually would like in The Sims is maybe, I'm not sure how they would do this, but maybe some larger showers, maybe some 4-tile, some of those really large glass showers with the stone floors in the back. If y'all know what I'm talking about, I think those would be really cool because when I'm creating my super wealthy Sims, it's a little odd to give them the just the like one tile metal showers with the glass. Not that there's anything wrong with those. At my house, we still have the tub attached to the shower. So, yeah, no, but I think that would be really cool to have. So, and in this kitchen, we're using quite a bit of stuff from the new. Why do I keep saying the new? It's new to me because I just got it, but the Cool Kitchen Stuff Pack. I just recently decided to purchase that just so I could have it, and I do really like it. However, could have used maybe a couple of more kitchen options to kind of create some more kitchens because we really only got stuff to create one. But, which I know kind of sounds selfish, but, or maybe not selfish, just greedy, but it's a Cool Kitchen Stuff Pack, and I really was expecting maybe some things like 2 different countertops, 2 different fridges, 2 different stoves at least. But we got so much cast stuff. We got, quite a few hairs and lots of clothing, and just feel like I would have rather had that clothing in a different pack, perhaps. Just expected a little bit more kitchen stuff, that's all. I'm still happy with it. I think it looks awesome. It's nice to have some more modern things. Love that sink and the cabinetry and all those, but yeah, that's just my thoughts. And I do really like the new clutter as well. So it's always good to have new clutter. I honestly wish. Ooh, that would be a good idea. I'm gonna make a video at some point. I have so many ideas, but I'm gonna make a video at some point of uh some stuff pack and game pack ideas that I think would be great, and I'd like to include that. I would love a clutter stuff pack that's just full of little things to make the home a home, you know. While I do feel like we do have quite a bit, I still just want some more. Of course, I know we're going to be getting more in future stuff packs and all that, so, you know, it's fine, but yeah. Which, speaking of future stuff packs, oh my gosh, am I excited? Well, not stuff packs, but expansion packs. I'm so excited for cats and dogs. It looks really cute. I'm really happy about the way that the animals look. I think they fit in with the game perfectly, or they're going to, from what I've seen in the screenshots and videos. So that's super exciting. And I'm really excited about that new world, too. Alright, so we are finished with the kitchen now, and we are getting started on the dining room. So, pretty nothing too crazy, just again with that very dark, elegant feel. And we do add some pops of pink in here in a minute with the vases of flowers. Do we use that one from movie night? Yeah, that was perfect. That is just, oh my gosh, that plant is exactly what I wanted. That dark pink with the black kind of scales. That looks awesome. And I'm trying to think of something to add up there, a piece of wall art or something like that. I cannot remember what we go with. Honestly, it looked pretty good just plain. Oh, I guess I did just leave it plain. Well, okay then. Adding that black marble. I love the way that looks. I think it just really ties in with what Michelle would want in her house. So, and yeah, Michelle, she's a very beautiful sim. She has a beautiful daughter and son as well. And here we're just trying to find some wall art that looks good there, or a nice painting. It was really easy to find things that went well in this build. Yeah, just a lot of the objects were exactly what I was looking for, so I would have made those black in hindsight, but anyway, and yeah, that color on that fireplace, exactly what I was looking for with that black mantle. Yes. And played around with the couches to try to see what I wanted. And I decided to go with those tufted pink angle back couches. I just think this house is a really good blend of, well, it's mainly modern, let's get that straight, but I like there's a somewhat of a blend of traditional and modern with that super feminine vibe going on. I tried to make those coffee tables work together. And yeah, I know there's still that seam there, but I think I put a vase up there to kind of try to disguise that a little bit. So that's what we did there. And I just could not, it kept snapping into place, so I decided I was going to have to use something that was meant to be placed on the ground so it wouldn't just keep snapping up. And that flower arrangement is pretty much exactly what I was looking for, so it was perfect. And I put that little tea set in almost every build that I do also. And so now we are doing our kind of a spare room. I wasn't really sure what to do in here, so I just kind of made it into a little music, little recreational area. And I knew I wanted that aquarium incorporated somewhere, and we eventually do, but not in the way I was thinking we would. So, yeah, I was just playing around with chairs and what I wanted there. I probably wouldn't have used those chairs again in hindsight. They're not quite what I was going for. And I went with that picture frame up there in front of the mirrors. I just really liked that glam look. I think the mirrored surfaces just add that extra little touch, as well as those giraffe lamps. I am living for this living room right now. Living for this living room. Funny. Yeah, I think that looks pretty awesome. So, took off the coffee table. It was a little too busy. And wasn't super crazy about the way that the rugs were turning out on that marble floor. Would like a marble floor that wasn't very, now that they've kind of started improving their textures a little bit, The Sims 4, I would appreciate a marble floor that was a little bit more the texture of the things that we got in Vintage Glamour, or that mantle on that vampire game pack fireplace. Just that kind of more subtle, realistic marble, and not such the intense veins that you see on this. It does look good, but another thing is those seams, or the on the tiles. I would like maybe just a seamless marble floor. I know I'm just completely just being greedy and all that jazz and being picky, but just observations, as I was playing and building this house, because it's my dream to just be able to create whatever you want without limitations in The Sims. And there's just a few things that kind of hold that back, like the staircases being, not having the curved staircases, or have we ever had curved staircases, or only the L-shaped? Because, okay, I really do like the L-shaped. I want that too, but I would love spiral staircases, L-shaped staircases, and curved staircases, like ones that, so you can create those grand entrances with the chandelier in the middle, and the curved staircases on either way, like a cruise ship. I'm sure y'all know what I mean. Yeah, that would be fantastic. And I'm sure they're probably coming at some point. I think they didn't come until kind of late in the Sims. They did come in The Sims 3, didn't they? Am I just I know they came in The Sims 2 at least. I think. Oh, I might just be making things up. They might have been in The Sims 3 and I just didn't realize, but I can actually see them maybe putting that in a free update. I mean, it's okay if they don't. I'm not saying that I'm expecting it in any way, but maybe with the way that they've been doing things, I don't think it's completely out of the realm of possibilities. So, yeah. And of course, they had to have that super over-the-top entrance to the bathroom that, like I said, isn't actually that over-the-top. It looked pretty good sized when I was laying it down, but no, it's really not too much. So, and as you could see, we're just kind of bouncing from room to room, just doing what we please and just doing things as we go, which is just the way I do it usually. And I tried to incorporate that chaise lounge, but that Lisa Vanderpump has in her bathroom, but it just ended up taking up too much space, so we decided to get rid of that and just go with just a little bit more modern, clean chair, which, again, this is not this isn't Lisa Vanderpump, so, you know, it's okay if there's some differences, so, just wanted to get it a little closer in some ways, but it's fine. It's no problem. I'm also not sure why, but I actually gave the son, Martin, a larger bathroom than the daughter, Andromeda, so that was interesting. I'm not sure why I did that. I knew, I just kind of built the floor plan, and I knew that I wanted her to have an extra room for her art studio, but yeah, it never occurred to me that her bathroom was actually pretty tiny, but it's okay. I was thinking of making her pretty low maintenance, so I think that would work for her. You know, she doesn't really wear a ton of makeup or anything like that. She's very simple girl, so. I do like this bathroom though. Like, I think it is sufficiently glammed. So, look at that pretty chandelier that came with the was it the vintage glamour? I believe so. So, kept trying to get those towels to not clip and cluttering up the surface of that countertop. So, yeah. And now we are working on that bedroom. So I kept trying to find the perfect bed. I couldn't really find one that worked, so I just decided to go with the plain black and embellish with some pink accents. So that is what we do. And I imagine that poster might be her, or the one that, well, we put it somewhere else. But yeah, I imagine that those two posters that we put up from the Vintage Glamour pack would be Miss Michelle. So they kind of do look like her. I know it's supposed to be. I think those are supposed to be Elizabeth Taylor, Marilyn Monroe, and Audrey Hepburn, if I'm not mistaken. But the Elizabeth Taylor one and the Audrey Hepburn one, they look pretty similar. So I was like, oh, it could be, it could be like Michelle. She had these works done of her, and she just really wanted to display them. So. Will say that she had them done, and she's not vain, and she didn't want them just hung on her wall for her own, out of her own vanity. But maybe her husband was like, "Oh, we need your face all over this house, or we need it in our room somewhere." I don't even know. Oh, we put it in the bathroom. Okay, I don't know how I missed that. I forget so much about these builds. I do them and it takes forever. I think this one took, I had a couple of pauses in the middle of it, but I think it took about 3 hours or so. So it wasn't terribly long, but it did take quite a while. So I just tend to forget the details of that sometimes. So. And now we are doing Miss Andromeda's room. Very, very white, clean, fresh. She's an artist again, so I'm not sure how she would manage to keep such a clean space with paints and things like that, but that's just how she is. So very neat personality, and that little area is perfect for her. And I actually realized we don't have a TV in the house, so I decided to put one in Andromeda's room. I thought it worked out fine though. I would say that maybe Michelle is just I'd say Michelle and Scott are probably just not huge on television and things like that. Which seems hard to believe with the way that I designed Michelle's character, but you know what? I think it works out fine. So that's the way we do it. And again, the only computer we have is in Martin's room, so. And we used a bit of move objects to create a very kind of organized chaos in this art room here. It's a pretty stark contrast to her very white, clean, minimalistic bedroom. So, my art teacher, this is interesting, my art teacher actually told me that saying, I think it was minimal and minimalistic, that saying simplistic and minimalistic is actually a con, like it's actually kind of an insult, but saying something is simple or minimal is considered a good thing, which I, I'll have to look into that. I think it could be true. And we're just fleshing out, putting the finishing touches on this art room. We put that rubber mat under the easel so she could have a nice little zone to protect those hardwood floors. White again. Again, this room is white. I guess we could just say she's very neat and she'll be fine. She won't get anything anywhere it's not supposed to go, so. And we put some more of those house sketches up there. Just to add a little bit more artwork to the room. And eventually decided on that light up wall art back there, and can't remember what we had there, just for a little finishing touch. Oh, okay, we just had that bookshelf right there and just a little coffee table. And that fluffy rug, again, right outside her art studio. That girl she's braver than I am. I would just make a complete mess, even if I didn't have my art studio right next to my all-white bedroom. Even if it was just an all-white bedroom, which my bedroom in my apartment at my old college actually was kind of like that, and it was a pain in the butt. It was a pain to keep clean, so it really didn't stay clean or almost ever. I had a faux fur rug that was white, and oh gosh, it caught every little thing, so that was a mess. And also, it was such a pain cleaning that room up before I left, because I have, y'all have never seen me before, I haven't done face cam, but I have really, really thick, long hair, and it just gets everywhere. It's blonde, so it doesn't really show up on lighter surfaces or anything like that, but I had to make sure that there wasn't just a complete, just don't even know, just make sure there wasn't hair literally just covering every surface of my room, which there was, so we cleaned that up. So I know a lot of people are disgusted by hair, and I'm their worst nightmare. So my aunt especially, she hates hair, so yeah. So yeah, those. But speaking of those aquariums, what we were gonna do with those, we ended up making it as like a kind of a headboard for Martin. What a just over the top look this is. He is spoiled, isn't he? But what a cool room too. I mean, can you imagine? So thought we might make him into fishing. Um, Possibly. I haven't really decided a good storyline for him yet, so we will figure that out. But yeah, I decided to kind of go for that, and I put those rainbow hearts up there because I was kind of thinking that maybe Martin would be gay, and oh, okay. I didn't know we ended up taking them away, but that was the storyline. He is just a child, but I was thinking that that's why I took it away, because I wanted that to come later in the story. I was thinking maybe he would be gay, and he told his sister before anyone else, and she made those for him, possibly. So I thought that might be a cute little touch. Not sure if I'm going to go forward with that, but I think I am. I think that would be a really cool little detail to add to the story. So yeah, I keep trying to kind of mess around with some of those more oceany kind of themes and seeing what I could find. And those pictures are perfect of the sailboats and all that jazz. So yeah, we just kind of made it a little bit nature themed, so I really like that. I like the blue theme also. It's not something I do a ton, so that looks really cool. I think this would be the ultimate boys' room, I could imagine. Right, and we have finished up that little bathroom there, and now we're just going to kind of add a couple of clutter items to Martin's room to just make it a little bit more lived in. So yeah, and then I almost forgot Andromeda's room in my scattered brained thoughts. So I just popped in the toilet and shower there again. She wouldn't need too much room in there. She's not a very high maintenance girl at all, so we went with that there. So yeah, that's it for the build today. So here's some pictures of the finished product. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I love that chessboard we did in the background. I think it looks awesome. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I know it was a long build, so I do appreciate it if you actually did make it all the way through. This is available for download on the gallery, so if y'all want to do that, then you could check it out. My name on there is blondemuffin, BLONDIEMUFFIN. So thank you guys for watching, and y'all have a good day.